What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Money and True Talk. Welcome to Money and True Talk, man. Today we're just gonna talk about a couple different things. We ain't ventured out to all the other different things we're gonna be talking about. Right now, we mainly keeping on sports. Talking about college, talking about NFL football and college football. Been the main two topics right now because as it's playoff time for the college and it's playoff time starting next weekend for the NFL. Like that's basically all you're gonna hear about in case something drastically just starts to happen. And you know, we might change up what we're talking about, but right now that'll be kind of the main thing that y'all are hearing. Um, Leave a comment. Um, Let us know how you feel, who your college team, who your NFL team. Kind of just let us know. Um, you can hit the subscribe button, and then you'll always see when we do post videos and different things. If you're over here on TikTok, you can hit the follow button. You'll get to see when we post new videos and different things over there as well. But first off, we're gonna let my boy Chew start off on this on his side of the world, college.
What's going on, everybody? This your boy Big Chew. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? All right, we're gonna talk a little bit about college. We're gonna talk about them playoffs. We're gonna talk about, about them. What was it? The 14s that took a bye. Then none of them make it out of there alive. I mean, nobody. Um, it's kind of crazy, Everybody kind of was fighting for that bye. They wanted that bye just because, your team, need to rest, more practice. You can watch more film and stuff on, different people. And, you know,
Feel like you feel like you can make a nice playoff run, getting there by. Okay, all right, I'm already skipped one game. All we got to win is two games. You there?
hmm yeah.
Oh,
So, we're gonna first talk about Texas and Arizona State. That was actually, a good game. It was better than what I thought it would be. I actually, picked Texas to win that game. But for it to go into overtime, I would never expect it to go into overtime like it did. Not good game. Arizona played a good game. It was so good that the MVP ended up being Arizona player was Scatterboo. Like that's how good that game was, cause that boy he really
hey,
came
that
through for
boy was
them
toting
boys,
that rock.
and he had a nice little throw too. He was doing it all back there, man.
He did.
Yeah, he was good. So um, that game, it like I said, it did surprise me, but um, just being honest, Texas ain't who they think they is. They go, Ohio gonna wake them up,
Yeah.
and if they beat Ohio, then they could prove me wrong. But I think Ohio is the hottest team right now. They playing good ball right now. Um,
Yeah, with that
so, so-
Texas game, I was just sitting here like, man, when Arizona came started coming back, I'm like, I bet Arizona finna take it.
yeah, cause
And
me and you was
then
texting actually through that game, and I was like, "Nah, it's over with. It's over with."
right, because Texas was
Mm-hmm.
up 17-3 at halftime. And you
Mm-hmm.
gonna come back there and let them boys come back and take you to double overtime? Like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, I just knew that was over with. I just knew Arizona had won out because listen, I'm a Georgia fan. So Texas coming to the SEC, listen, I don't want them doing much of nothing. They already gonna feel like they doing something because they outlasted most of the SEC teams.
Yeah, most definitely. That they gonna have that over our head for sure. You
Right.
know, and I
First
want
year in, second round, third round. Like that's what you're gonna be getting.
Yeah, yeah, they did that, but I don't. Like I said, I don't want them. I definitely didn't want them winning the SEC championship. They didn't do that, so I'm glad about that. But I definitely don't want them to win it all. That's just me, just because I don't want them coming in the SEC think they running shit. You feel me? Shit. Alabama already got beat by Oklahoma for one. You feel me? That's some bullshit. But it is what it is. But I do want to say this: Arizona fan base, I am proud of you guys. Y'all guys showed up and showed out in Atlanta. Y'all did. Y'all came. I seen it seem like I seen more Arizona fans than Texas fans, and that's just. That's how I saw it. But y'all did, man. That that's good. I love when a team could travel. They fans could travel real well, and they did that. Hats off to Arizona. Y'all did good this year. Came up short, but y'all played one hell of a game. We're gonna move on to this Ohio State and Oregon game. God damn,
Whew.
boy.
The game right there, boy.
Last time they met, they won by 1 point, and we all know what happened. The reason why they really kind of won that by that 1 point. With so-called beating the system. What is it? Dan Lanning, I think it's Oregon. Head football coach. He did something. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was a big thing. But it was something that they was like, "Oh, we're gonna look at after the season over with." And it's gonna. I'm pretty sure will be some more rule changes. But listen here, Ohio State, they came and made a statement, and they killed them boys. They killed them boys.
I
I
say
ain't
they
even gonna lie.
ball, they
They
ball.
ball from
Them
first
boys,
quarter to fourth quarter.
them boys didn't. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I think they stalled out second half, but they didn't have to keep playing hard either. They could stall out second half. They went at halftime 34-8. So therefore, after second half, run the clock. You ain't have to do nothing else. So they only put up 7 points second half. They didn't have to do anything else. Um, but had Oregon started playing first half, I think it would have been a better game. Oregon really didn't get to playing till the third quarter. They were making catches, getting some run plays. Like I had already said, Oregon got speed. Anybody match up with Oregon, it's a battle. And Ohio came out there and just shot me. Let me say that. Ohio came out there, they shot
Yeah,
me.
they
Um,
did.
them boys put up points. Um, them boy was catching three people in coverage, two people in coverage. Didn't even matter. They were catching the ball. Um,
Hmm.
they were toting the rock as well. Henderson had 8 carries, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like Oregon defense was still in Oregon. Oregon defense was not out there on the field.
Mm-mm. They
So
wouldn't.
um, it was a good. I
Um,
mean, I I probably cut that game off like third quarter. Like we ain't saw a
41-21
good
was the
football
last.
game yet, where we really just had to sit down and watch it battle. During the first round of playoff, it wasn't a good game. Now the second round, it haven't been a good game yet. Besides Texas and Arizona,
That's the
the
only
only
one.
two games that you're watching it to the end because you don't know who's going to win.
Hmm. You right. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I feel like Ohio State, they definitely they control that game all the way from first to fourth. That's my opinion. So, and I think that was the Oregon. That was they only lost. Them boys was what 13-0, something like that. So,
Right.
um, but hey, gone done data. So Texas and Ohio, that's gonna be the next game semifinals. I think that's gonna be on January the 10th. So that should be a good game. The Goodyear um, Cotton Bowl, I believe. So we're gonna move on real quick to Penn State and Boise State. Um, 31-14 was the final. Penn State, they did. I kind of figured that they would beat Boise State just because I feel like the only thing that Boise State was riding on was Gentry, like that. And it showed, you know. Uh, but Penn State, they came on top 31-14. And yeah, that's pretty much what all I got to say about it. You got anything to say about that one?
Man, Penn State just gave Boise State all everything they could offer. They
Mm-hmm.
couldn't run the ball. Bro had 30 carries, 104 yards. Like
Exactly. He couldn't do
when I say
nothing.
they bottled him up, they bottled him up. He couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, and honestly, they do lean on him. If he have a nice run game, fine. But they knew they had to throw the ball because the running game was done. So
Mm-hmm.
once they saw the running game was done, it was over with then. So
Yep.
yeah, that's all. I ain't got much on that game.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the one that me and my boy Money definitely would love to talk about. We might talk about it a little bit too much, but I'm on their ass. I'm sorry, yes, I'm on their ass just because Notre Dame and Georgia. Georgia put up 10 points and 23. And I know, wait, let me talk money. Then I promise I'm gonna give you the flow, so you can back their ass up. Cause I know you're gonna back your team up. But yes, they had that backup quarterback. Um, I feel like yes, it would have been a better game probably if Beck was there. But I'm gonna say this: a lot of people, fan base, this what they wanted. They really didn't want Beck in that motherfucker anyway. And now they got what they. I thought I ain't even gonna lie. I thought he was gonna do good because when he came in, he kind of did good. The week back in the SEC championship. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be a better game, and that defense really didn't step up too much for them. But yes, Georgia, they took that was 10 only 10 points. I was kind of shocked um, at that game. I really was. I was kind of really disappointed in Georgia because I really had Georgia to win it all. Because like I said, during the bowl games, I am a SEC fan regardless because, they these different covers they talk about SEC. Oh, SEC ain't this, ain't, and SEC has always been on top for a long time. So when it comes to bowl games, people need to realize that's what we playing for is conferences, like that. And the SEC did terrible this year, terrible. They really did in
We
the
bet.
bowl games, and it's ridiculous, man. And I think it got a lot to do with I ain't gonna lie, NIL. I ain't gonna lie, it really do. We gonna talk more about that too during the off season. We gonna talk about recruiting and stuff like that because it's really getting big. It's gonna
Even
get
playing
big.
field. NIL make it an even playing
Hmm.
field. No matter what team, any given Saturday, you can be beat.
Oh yeah, and to be honest with you, before the NIL, it was like that too. I ain't gonna lie, but
Right,
now
it
it's
was, but now it's
it's
way more.
really, yeah, it's like yeah, it's gonna get nasty out here,
We just
y'all.
got, let's say, you got number one, number two, ESPN, Juju Lewis. Let's just say it. He's going to Colorado.
Hmm.
NIL did that to me. Now, if you want to come back and say, um, if it wasn't more of the NILs and the different people and the different coaches going different places, I feel like he probably went to another name team like Georgia, Alabama, which he was signed to USC. But with um Sanders out there in Colorado, um, I mean, you're going for different things now. It's all about who you know. Anyways, in order to get in the NFL, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still about who you know. But to talk about this Notre Dame and Georgia, man, listen, Georgia ain't had nothing. Georgia did not show up. Don't get me wrong. Stockton came in there and did his thing. He was 20 for 32, 234 yards, one touchdown. I mean, them okay numbers for a backup quarterback who ain't played in probably 2, 3 games all year. Now, what they stopped us on was the running. When I say we couldn't run the ball, we could not run the ball. We only had 66 rushing yards the whole game compared to their 154. You stop the running, you gotta throw the ball. And Stockton and the receivers was not on the same page. Um, and they knew what to do. Notre Dame knew what to do. We're gonna start the run. We're gonna force them to throw. We're gonna back up and play coverage. So I mean, end of the day, hands down to Notre Dame. They came out there. They really fought and they really made us try to work for it. But it just without the rushing game, there's nothing you can do. You can't rush. You can't run the ball. You're gonna lose the game. You can't just throw the ball the whole game and expect to win. So,
Especially when you have an inexperienced quarterback back there.
right.
And Notre Dame. I feel like too. Um, now this is my opinion. I feel like Georgia did have a slight advantage just because all the film Notre Dame had on him was when they played in the SEC. You feel me? I feel like they could have did some things
They could
for
have.
for Stockton to do, because 10 to 23, it ain't that bad, but it's bad. You get what I mean? Especially because, like you said, Notre Dame only had 90 yards on passing,
Right,
15 for 24. You get what I mean?
right.
And like you said,
But
they had 154 on the ground.
we went for it a couple times on fourth down. We were trying different things, but like with an inexperienced quarterback, I mean, you almost kind of knew what play they were gonna do when they were gonna do it to me. Um, and I just feel like that will hurt us. I want to say maybe twice on fourth down. We just out there trying to get something. We couldn't get it. Like they were bottling us up the whole game. Like
Yeah.
running where 2, 3 yards. Man, listen, we got 66 yards on 29 carries.
Hmm.
Man, you getting a yard and a half a carry. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't winning no game averaging a yard and a half, two
Hmm.
yards. You ain't gonna get nowhere. So that's all I got on that, man. I ain't got nothing else on them boys. We're gonna talk about them in the off season. Hopefully they can get themselves up and get back going. Um, I can tell y'all more about Georgia in the off season. Just give me some time to lock in and research.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad too that now we get to play Georgia just about every year. So that's gonna be a good thing for the Alabama Georgia rivalry to be even more you know of a thing instead of us just meeting up in the SEC championship every year. Like that. We get to play y'all. And I will say this that
Oh, come on over here. Y'all gotta come over here this year.
oh yeah, we definitely coming. We
Bring your
coming.
ass.
Yeah, we definitely coming. We're gonna have a whole new ball game. So um, which y'all already know, Jalen Milroe, he is going to the NFL. He opted out. I mean, he
Yeah.
didn't opt out. He definitely gone. So we definitely gonna be having us a quarterback. I think it's gonna be like what I think 3 or 4 quarterbacks that's gonna be competing. We gonna see. I think it might be Ty Simpson. That's just my opinion. Just because he do have a little bit more experience, but he got some people that could come in there and really, take his spot. Some younger guys. But you also got Mac back there. I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of talking, off, but you got Mac back there. He came from DeBoer, so he came from Washington with DeBoer, so he kind of already know his offense too. So I think it's gonna be between those two guys. But I feel like, Mac should, I mean Ty Simpson should, do his thing. But yo, that's all we're gonna talk about, I guess, as far as college. But yes, do as y'all do know, Texas and Ohio State will be playing on the 10th at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, and the Capital One Orange Bowl will be played on the 9th, and that'll be Penn State against Notre Dame, and that right there will be the one that will go to the national championship. Will be played on the 20th, and it's gonna be at Atlanta, in Atlanta, Georgia, this year. College national championship will be in Atlanta this year. So, good luck to everybody. You know, we looking forward to see who will, make it to let's
Hey
just
man,
talk about these. What's up?
you see what time that game is on that Monday too? They
What
playing.
6:30?
No, it's at
Mine say
four
six
thirty.
thirty. Mine say 6:30 unless they haven't changed it.
Oh, they need to change that. 'Cause mine over it's saying January 20th, 4:30 in
Oh,
Atlanta,
you talking
Georgia.
about? Oh, you talking about
The
the championship?
game,
The
yeah.
championship? Oh yeah, but yeah, mine say 6:30 though.
Man, that's a Monday. Oh, you're okay on Monday. Say 6:30.
Yeah,
But you know, it used
it's
to be
always on a Monday.
right always on the Monday, but the time always kind of been crazy times too.
Nah, mine say 6:30 on the ESPN app.
That's what I'm looking at. It say 4:30. But I'm on their website. But
I'm gonna say that's
let's
your
see.
VPN.
What you say? They got me out there in Hango, Las Vegas.
Nah, for real though. But
um,
let me ask you this before we move on. Okay, give me your thoughts on the Texas and Ohio State game. Who you think will win that game?
man, listen. The way I saw Texas play, um, I saw Georgia beat them twice. I see them have some different struggles and everything. Um, I saw Ohio do the same. It's all about when you get hot and when you get in that mode and when you get in game mode. Texas playing the way they playing, they just lost the SEC, then they came back. Okay, they won that game in overtime. Ohio State out here making statements. I feel like Ohio State will win this one because I feel like they just in game mode. They in playoff mode. They showed it against the number one team in the country. Um, and then they just trying to make a statement because everybody done put Texas in front of them. Everybody done put Oregon in front of them all year long. So now I just feel like, look, they've been the underdog. And
Hmm.
when you're the underdog and when you come out and you showing, hey, some people like being underdog. So right now, even with the Texas game now, they still the underdog. They still predicting Texas to win by half a point, like 50.5%. So like
And that's
end of
all
the
because
day,
of what
man, listen,
the
um,
SEC.
right, all because of SEC, but I gotta give Ohio State their credit. Um,
Yeah.
they proved me wrong last week. They went out there and put numbers because I knew Oregon was gonna win. I knew Georgia was gonna win, and I just knew
Hmm.
them two were gonna battle. And I said Georgia ain't gonna have no speed for Oregon, but it's the totally opposite. So
But I still I don't know if they would have won. I still would have picked Georgia just because, yeah, they might have speed, but you could break that speed down.
right.
So,
So
um,
I'm gonna say Ohio. I'm gonna go with Ohio because Ohio have been balling. They only lost to Michigan, 13-10. Other than that, they've been putting up 40 something points, 30 something points each game. So
hmm.
like Texas ain't been putting up 30 something points a game. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Ohio State too, just because shit. In my opinion, Ohio, I mean Texas ain't they had a cupcake schedule this year. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what y'all say. Cupcake schedule, and they really been getting by. They really been getting by But we gonna really see now if they, now if they beat Ohio State, I give them a pound cake schedule, but they still had a cake schedule. So, we gonna see.
I mean,
Um,
you when you be real, you look at it. They beat Michigan 31-12. Um, and then that's the second game of the season. Ohio lost to Michigan 13-10 later on in the season. But like Texas haven't played a top 25 team that much. Oklahoma, but they have played some SEC. They struggle with Vanderbilt, same team to beat Alabama. They struggle with them. Only won by 3. Oh, my bad. I ain't mean to say that. I
oh
know
no, you
this a little.
good.
I know this a little touchy feeling for you.
Nah, it don't matter me because we got Georgia here, so it don't matter. We whooped y'all ass, so I ain't worried about that.
But
But I'm
hey,
just saying, but see, but that just goes to show that you talking about how, oh, Michigan beat, I mean, they beat Michigan. So, Alabama beat Georgia. Look, Georgia ended up in the playoffs. So that was another thing I was gonna say. Even though Alabama and Georgia play, like Nick Saban told Kirby, this might be the loss that you needed, and that's the loss that Georgia needed because they end up doing pretty good. Besides when they ran into Ole Miss, and got beat with Ole Miss, but they
right.
still came out, to win, the games that they needed to win, like that. So, um, but yeah,
Well, we're gonna step on the other side a little bit. Then we're gonna go to the next one. When you talk about Saban told Kirby this might be what he need. Yeah,
mm,
he might needed that, but I hate it at the same time. See, I feel like once everything that kind of came out, that like Kirby Smart head was not in the game that night that they played in the Sugar Bowl.
don't do that, cause I please do not bring that shit up. I don't care
I
what no,
got to.
no,
I
do
got to
not.
bring this up. Hold on. I got to bring this up. Kirby Smart head was not in the game on multiple reasons. You're ready for the game to be played on one day. They switch it up. Don't get me wrong, it happens to both teams. Everybody had to do the same thing. You
Don't
switch
say
it
this
up and you
next
go
one.
to a different game.
Don't say this next one.
About what?
His daddy.
That took the head out the game.
Bye. End of the
That took the head
podcast.
out the game. But you gotta know that that's part of the game. So like, I mean, bro, you make money, so I know you know. But like, end of the day, like, man, your pops failed before your game. Now you out here, you can't even word. I don't even know at the time the state that the pops was in, but you can't even. You can focus on the game, but like in back of your brain, you know your pop's supposed to be standing over there on the side somewhere with you, and he ain't there. Um, so I mean, it was a lot to go with that, but you know that didn't change anything. Georgia couldn't run the ball. They called running play after running play after running play, and Georgia could not run the ball. So end of the
Mm.
day, Georgia got to run the ball there against the offensive lineman that can block them balls. Because that didn't change nothing with Smart, but it changed something with him. But he ain't on the field. Them boys on the field.
I mean, yeah, I completely understand. First of all, I do want to send my condolences out to the Smart family. You know, I hate that that happened. You know, because it was, you know, pretty tragic because he really failed, broke his hip, and just had surgery. And then shoot,
And
Saturday,
then you ain't
you
thinking
know,
that like
yeah.
somebody falling break their hip. You don't think of that like that.
So, but my thing, he was like, well, you know, my dad in the hospital, so it ain't like he thought that his dad would pass. So that was after the game. You feel me? Yes,
Right.
his dad was in there. You know, because I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook saying it too, talking, oh, it's because you know that's the reason why Georgia. No, I feel like that usually stuff like that. That's motivation. You know, if my dad or something like that, and that you know he part of, hey boys, let's go out here and get this win for that. You feel me? You know, that's how. So when I ain't gonna use no excuses. You know, for Georgia they lost.
Oh yeah, now we lost. I ain't gonna use no excuses. But you
Notre
just like I
Dame.
say, you just never know. Like you don't know if he already knew if he was already going downhill after the hip surgery or before the hip surgery. He wasn't the smartest person on the world, and he probably older because you know you get
Yeah,
older.
I think he was 76.
Yeah, you get old. You can't be falling. You can't be hitting no ground.
Dang, that's crazy. Nick Saban and his daddy about the same age.
And
That's
get what?
crazy.
And Nick Saban being his dad in all college football. He was sitting good at Georgia.
Damn, I just thought
Oh
about that.
man.
All right,
All
real
right.
quick, one more. Penn State, Notre Dame. Who you got?
Oh man. I gotta roll with Penn State. I don't know. I don't know. Penn State just been doing something different lately. I gotta go with Penn State.
For real.
I gotta go with Penn State. They lost to Oregon, 45-37, on back
Mm,
early December. But like, I gotta go with Penn State. Um, yeah.
I'm rocking with Notre Dame, man. That's who I'm rocking with. And you should too. That's a team that beat
I
y'all
listen. Only time will tell.
ass. Hey,
Only
what?
time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see. They talking about some the two first. What is gonna be? What they say? One of the first black coaches gonna be in the national championship. You know, so
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Um, all right, y'all. We gonna switch it over. We're gonna switch it over to NFL for a little bit. Um,
all right, my bad. What you say, bro?
I said we're gonna switch it over to the NFL. We're gonna switch over NFL, see what's going on. Um, we finna see who going to the playoffs, who finna just go out here and do the dang thing. So, NFL this week was a lot of great games. The biggest game of everything is the game tonight at 8 o'clock. You got the Detroit Lions going against the Vikings.
Hmm.
Um, the winner of this game um could take the whole NFC. So they take the NFC, they get the bye week. Right now, we don't know who get the bye week.
Okay.
So this game would be good. Would be big on that. Um, couple different things about the NFL. I know y'all everybody wanted Saquon Barkley to go up there and get 100 yards today against his old team, the Giants, to break Eric Dickerson record. Um, but they benched him. They didn't even allow him to do it. Which at the end of the day, I'm kind of happy and okay with. Um, being that you saw last night, Zay Flowers with the Ravens got hurt, had a knee injury, had to be carted off the field. So when you get to things like that, it's like, okay, Barker, you go to get this record. Do you want the record or you want the Super Bowl? Like you go out there, you get hurt in a game that you don't even have to play in, that you already know you the number two seed regardless. Can't nobody take that from you. You can't get the number one, and you can't. I mean, you can't drop lower than number two. Yes, it's 100 yards, but kid you not, he know he would have got it. He set out two halves of a game. Last time they played the Giants, he sat down third quarter, and then just the other week he sat down. Um, then they got to go play the Packers. All right, we got to go play the Packers. You're not gonna be mad that he didn't go get that record this time either. You know why? The Packers out there playing people today, and guess what they was doing? Getting hurt, and that's the team we got to play. But they had to play, they had to win, so they had to play their players. But some of them are getting hurt. We didn't have to play the players, so we didn't do it. Um, Kansas City didn't play their players. They benched most of their players today because they know they got the bye week. Nobody can take it. Um, Denver Broncos first time in the playoffs since the last time they won a Super Bowl over 8 years ago. Um, so they kind of got into the playoffs. Um, they kicked Cincinnati Bengals out. Miami Dolphins did not go to the playoffs as well. The Colts, the Jets. I think it's time for Aaron Rodgers to go sit it down. It's time. He got to find him another team to go to or somebody else. But I feel like the Jets would have been better without putting Aaron Rodgers back in. It's a reason that the Packers let him go and just let Jordan Love start. And another thing I feel with Aaron Rodgers, he's starting to do his Brett Favre thing. He would jump these different teams coming from the Packers, and then you're gonna go up out of here. So, um, Jacksonville Jaguars, uh, they still struggling. I like Peterson. Um, he the one who got the Eagles a Super Bowl, so I always have much respect for him and Andy Reid. Like them two, I got much respect. Chip Kelly out there in the college, he was Oregon, right? Yeah, I'm glad he sat down where he sat down at because when he came to the Eagles, he messed the Eagles up so bad. So, um, New England Patriots, they won today, but they still 4-13 for the season. So guess what they do? They fire their head coach today. You win the game, you go in the
Hmm.
locker room, you're fired. Like what? Don't even celebrate. Um, Las Vegas Raiders, they still building. They building. Brock Bowers went out there and set records with them. Um, and then we're gonna go over into the NFC side really quick, just kind of hit some of these teams, see what's going on. Um, as we know, Detroit Lions have been balling all year long. Shit, they been beat during the season? Yes. Are they that team? Yes and no. Um, I really feel like they ain't playing against they playing against people, but like they're finding ways to win. Um, they haven't to me they haven't played a really complete, fully team, healthy team yet. Um, so it'd be great to see if we win and they win. We're gonna have to end up matching up. The Eagles will match up with the Lions, and I feel like that'll be a great game. Um, Tampa Bay went out there, won today, won the division. With the win today, they won the division. Um, the Rams, they're in the playoffs again. The Vikings as well, which they're playing, like I said, Detroit tonight, trying to see who's gonna be their number one. Washington Commanders, they doing their thing. They benched Jaden Daniel early today. Once they saw that I bet everybody watching the board because once they saw that they were going to be where they were going to be at, they benched him. I feel. But they did end up benching him, and then the Green Bay Packers. So they 11-6. So that's who the Eagles will be playing. Seattle Seahawks. They ain't do it. They didn't make it. Atlanta Falcons. Y'all paid Kirk Cousins all this money. Y'all should have been put in Michael Pittman Jr. Should have put him in like 2, 3 games before that. But y'all wanted to make sure Kirk Cousins win y'all guy. And guess what? He's not y'all guy. Arizona 8-9 with the Falcons, and then you got the Dallas Cowboys. You went out there and you set the quarterback record, um, quarterback pay even higher than what it was, and you gave Dak all of that money. You gave CD Lamb, wide receiver, all of that money to not even make the playoffs at all, and that to come out and continually do the same thing you see him do year after year after year. Y'all can't even get out the first round. Y'all really ain't been in the playoff like that since y'all was so called the American team when y'all won y'all Super Bowl and y'all had y'all little run. Ever since then, y'all haven't did anything. And then the last but not least, well, there's two more, couple more. 49ers. 49ers just looked like last year they were battling. Then they went through some injuries this year and they just finished with 6-11. Chicago Bears, they did okay up on the Sam with Sam. They did all right. Um, One thing one that I like is Carolina Panthers. Um, I was a little upset when they benched Bryce Young because they never built um the people around Bryce Young, and then they benched him, let him get behind Andy Dalton for a little bit, 2, 3 games. Andy Dalton got hurt. Bryce Young was able to come in and show that hey, it's still my team. And ever
Mm-hmm.
since then, they was balling to the fact that they even beat Atlanta today in Atlanta. Like Bryce Young
In
went out there. He
overtime,
he went out there and did his thing.
he did.
Um, they had the same record with the Saints. Um, then the New York Giants. I really just don't know what they're gonna do. But I tell you what, though, the New York Giants players, I can tell you one thing they don't want to do. They don't want to fire their coach.
Okay.
Kid you not, they played today, and I
Mm-hmm.
say they played. Um, they didn't win, but when I say them boys out there playing hard, and if you continue to play hard for your coach, everybody up top see, okay, they play hard. We just gotta keep building around them. And I just think they're going through a little snow slide right now, but they're gonna be all right. I think they'll turn around. I really don't care if they do. I'm an Eagles fan. We're in the same conference. I don't want them to do anything. Um, but yeah, these next couple of weeks gonna be um very good, whether it's NFL, whether it's college. On these next couple of weeks gonna really be good. And then we're gonna be just taking y'all into the off season for the month of February once everything, Super Bowl and everything. But then come March, we're gonna hit y'all hard in March. I don't really get into all of this that much, never have, but we are this year. March Madness. Um, we will be talking about the different games, whether it's guys, women. We're gonna kind of give y'all a little bit of widespread. But you, I know I just kind of gave a whole spiel on it, NFL, man. You got anything else you want to add? Because I know that ain't your
You
side, but
you got it. You covered it. Covered it like makeup, baby. So hey, you did your thing on that one.
now,
I agree with a lot of stuff that you were saying. About the different teams and stuff. You broke it all down. But like you said, because I did see that about the Patriots firing their coach. Even after that win, I even seen somebody say, "Shit, they supposedly had lost so they could get that first round draft pick." But
and that's
yeah.
so funny because the first round draft pick was going to the Giants, and everybody was saying they were going for Sanders,
Hmm.
but the Titans came back and took that from them.
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
Titans took the first round pick. The Giants would still pick the top three, but
Hmm.
like you might miss Sanders, you might miss Cam Ward, so you really got to think about who you want now.
Okay.
Ain't
But
nobody going for
if I'm
ain't
not
nobody going
mistaken,
for Miro.
I don't care about that. If I'm not mistaken, can a player, if they get drafted, because my understanding is, I think they really do want Sanders to go to another. I mean, go to a certain place. If I'm not mistaken.
I've been
But
hearing the Giants.
yeah, yeah, I have too. Um, but can a team could sign them, but they don't have to sign with them though, right? It's something around it, right? I
Yeah,
forgot what it's called.
you're above my pay grade, brother.
I seen something about. I'm about to look into that. Then we could talk about that next week. I'm gonna look into it and we could talk about it because I believe it is something like that. But yeah, but no, yeah, you covered it, man, on the NFL side, and like man, I said, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. And also, I'm with this coming up February, y'all know is college recruit. So I'm gonna try to touch on that too and see, who's going where and all that good stuff. I'm gonna be breaking it down. I might just even do some little shorts on TikTok. So y'all follow our TikTok, Money and Chew Talk over there, and catch me talk about the recruits and stuff coming up, man. Cause I think yeah, it's coming up in February. National Signing Day is coming up in February, so we'll see who's gonna go where and see if we're gonna have any flips too, flips and flops.
Well, we know we're gonna have some flips. We just got to figure out who and where, and then we're gonna break
Hmm.
it to y'all here first, man. Y'all gonna see it first on TikTok on Money and
Yeah.
Truth. Um, anything going on, man, y'all gonna start seeing a lot of things coming up. So just really be on the lookout. It's taking a little time right now trying to get everything going, but bear with us, and we're gonna get it right.
Y'all might see that we actually using a new you know, record thing, just trying different things out. So y'all bear with us, man. We gonna get it together and we gonna, it's gonna be up from here. And we appreciate the people that's been, coming in, liking, watching our, recordings and lives and stuff like that. We really appreciate y'all.
All righty, man. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for coming through and watching Money and True Talk.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Tell somebody you love them. Peace.
All right, let's see how that worked now. I stopped it. Damn. I don't hear you. Get your mic on mute.
Yeah, my bad. I'm here.
Oh, yes, still said.